All right, so you all, it is a week later. It is the 11th of Samrad of Methrain. And it is hot. Even at night, it is hot on this island.
That's worse.
Yes, it's muggy and hot, and the coasts of the island roll in with a maritime mist that feels as if it's a choking cloud, and it rolls down the narrow streets and defiles of Eric Brania, the old stone streets. Oh dear. And you are once again planning an expedition. It is the night before the 10th Methrain of Samrad. And you are in the streets of particular pleasures, where the good people of Eric Brania in the last generation drove out the houses of ill repute in order to please their many gods. But there are many things that still happen here. That are unscrupulous. Though there are people here that seem to occupy corners, solitary, watching always. As usual, you see many people here looking for the chance to sell their sword and risk their lives for coin. Many people whispering secrets and tales. And tonight, I'll state the color, the expedition goal, and then something that I believe has happened. I want to propose it, at least. Imerus, the druid, is the group color tonight. And the stated expedition goal is to return to the vaults of Valakarnos, where you have been hired from across the sea by the council, the Arcsign nobles of Eric Brania, to address the orc threat that has risen and taken over the sacred vaults of their peoples who have not gone there for a long time. And they've offered that you can take what you find if you can deal with this threat. Before we get started, I believe, Imerus, you had the stated goal of knowing when the next full moon and sacrifice of the Druidic Circle was.
Yes, I did want to find out about that.
Okay. And I said, let's do that in gameplay. So here we are. You have found someone who, of course, is an acolyte. This is an acolyte of the temples. As I said, there are many gods here, unlike in Albion, where they do not worship these pagan gods, these other deities.
Did you say he's not an acolyte of the temple?
He is an acolyte of the temple. This person is an acolyte of the Temple of Ederon, of the Triune Moon. It's you find that it's a popular religion and goddess. She is popular among the inward islands of on my map here, Telegran, which is the large island that you're currently on. Not as popular in Eric Brania, but you get the impression that many of their kind come and go to the temples here. Well, anyways, this priest, whose name is Phylon, of the goddess of Ederon, he's got a cloak which is embroidered, and it is gray. And there are 3 interlocked circles, like that car company. And it's on his vestments. And he says that I'm just a poor traveling priest, but a good druid like yourself and your company here, I'm sure would offer patronage to a poor traveling priest with sore and weary feet. He wants money.
offering for like a donation?
Yes, a donation.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And says that he has information about where these circles might meet. I should also note, in terms of the mundane, hey, where is this? Where are the druids and where their sacrifices and stuff? Everyone is tight-lipped, which you've found to be the case about anything of meaning here. Information seems its own form of currency in this place.
Right. Now, you told me regarding sacrifices to be made on my part that 100 gold would be a replacement for an actual sacrifice. Would that, if I gave it to him, would that be part of it, or do I need to do more than that?
This is not a druid. This
Okay.
is an acolyte of the goddess
Okay.
Edoron.
Okay, well, here, I'll give you 5 gold pieces.
Oh, that helps a little. You know, this
How about
does.
5 more?
My memory, it's clearing up from the road. My sore feet, the relaxation of the cup, it's bringing back memories. Yes, you see, I travel from a nearby port city on the Isle of Telgran, sorry. It's called well, I just came in from where's the city called? Malagnosis. Malgnosis. That's the port city where I'd made my way up the road. Terrible what's happened to the shepherds here. But anyways, the cities on Telegran, they I have heard it said that the circles here of the druids, they keep their ritual sacrifices sites very secret. But I have heard of a couple of places. I regret to say they are not near. They are probably 300 stadia away farther. This would be something like 50 miles away, something like that. One place that I think everyone knows of, perhaps you have heard of it, is in the grand city of Laius, on the large island of Mulaflant. Are you familiar?
I do not know.
Oh.
Am I?
No, you don't know anything. Yeah, everything
No,
you.
I do
Yeah.
not know.
I mean, you know whatever you've learned. I should say.
Okay.
Oh, well.
No, I do not know, sir.
This island of Telgran is the northeasternmost island of the 12 kingdoms of what was once the kingdom of Lyoness. You know, the brother kingdom to the Knights of the Round Table of Albion. And the largest of these islands, of what was once the 12 kingdoms, is known as Mulaflant, and it is the nearest island to the west. It's largest, probably the largest kingdom that remains of what was the 12 kingdoms, ruled by the state of Tuargron and King Silvar III. They just had a great war where they drove away the pirates from that island. Many lay dead. Battlefields still have rotted corpses among the marsh. Many are sick. But the city north of there was once the center of druid activity. Many pilgrims would come and provide their sacrifices each season in the hopes of a blessing. That city is known as Laisse, Laisse. It sits within a bay north of Port Perdal on the west coast of Mulaflant. If you find your way to Mulaflant, people will know of it, but I'm afraid that the war was not kind to the druids of that place. And it's said that not much remains of the city, not one stone on another. Though, what I know of your kind, a great sacrifice in just such a place could bring balance back to the world.
Okay. Appreciate the information. Sounds like a journey.
If you ask around, I think you'll hear of one other place where druids once went. But that is probably 400 or 500 stadia. It is in the far island of the 12 Kingdoms, to the never-ending ocean far to the west. What was known as, on the map here. I feel like I have this wrong.
Would you know if this Fomalhaut, and you mentioned a war, has any connection to the old ruined road to the west of here?
Oh, Arakbrania has been blessed by the gods because they maintain the balance, if you ask me. That is the source of their blessing. They have kept trade open, and they're trade partners with Albion, and they are in the far northeast. For that reason, they have stayed clear of war and bloodshed for nearly a century. Though I've heard rumors that a war looms here. I was going to say actually, let me make sure I don't have this wrong. If I steer you wrong here, you will get steered really far off course.
And then I might want my money back.
Okay, actually, I do have it. It is the farthest western isle of the 12 Kingdoms. And it is also the last isle where the elves dwell. And the far the miles of forest of Igoros. And the island of Igoros is one of the 3 mage towers. And
Right, which we learned about last time.
yes, they are the supposed authority on meddling in sorcery. I wouldn't advise it, but I have heard that those that travel to the Isle of Igoros don't face the swift execution or even worse things I've heard of the elves if they claim to be seeking the tower. Try to find the tower name.
I mean, anything to stay immediate execution.
The Tower of the Moon.
Okay, Tower of the Moon.
Now, this presents a problem. Got 10 gold pieces. He's getting a little drunk. It's getting a little on in the evening. You know that the next full moon is next week on Methrod, the 21st of Samrod. For that reason, now the good news about the 12 Kingdoms is you can access the islands by boat with a guide. Guides are extremely expensive. You have 2 options. You can spend a tremendous amount of gold to hire a guide or a boat, or you can explore on your own, including paying for a boat if you have the money. But if you were to set out on an expedition at the beginning of next week on the 18th of Methane, you would only have 4 days to make it to one of these druidic circles, and he has only named 2, and they are dozens of miles away. So.
Sounds like we need some money, maybe. I don't know much about going on expeditions. I'm new at this.
I mean, technically, we're here in Erebrania as kind of an expedition. You guys started at a different place in Castle Zentilian, right?
Everyone, I don't think most people here actually. I think you're the you and Nostromo. Wait, Elijah,
I
were you
wasn't
there?
in that first session. I think it was Elijah and Nostromo. Right?
Okay, Elijah and Nostromo are veterans of Castle Zentilian, but that was an entirely other thing. Yes, they found some fairy circles in northern Albion. But yeah, no, you all have traveled here to Arachbrania specifically to get rich on these 12 kingdoms. There's nothing you have to do with that. This is not a hook. That is simply information, and you could just pass this full moon by. And I don't know the effects. I would have to look back again and see what I said. I think that's how you have your druidic powers, though. I think you have to.
So if I'm going to do anything with this sacrifice I'm supposed to be a part of, I have to go to one of these places.
I suppose an alternative to that is that you could try to find a way of doing it on your own, which would also be interesting.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Well, I have to ponder these things. What else should we do? Party? Do we need to get ready?
Well, it sounds like you need to make some money.
Yes. We need to go to the vault. But there was also that guy that can check the magic ring that we might want to think about swinging by his place.
Anybody write down what his name was?
Right.
It's in here. It's in here. Enrico
Yeah.
Monteforte.
Yeah, Master Enrico Forte or something.
Okay.
He's
Enrico
that palace.
Montoya.
That large thing. Yes.
you want to go to the Palace
Well-
of Endrigo Monteforte?
If the party would like to, I mean, what do y'all think? Who has the ring?
I've got the ring, the emerald magic ring.
Do you want to go see what he wants? If he can tell us anything about it? I'm reluctant to tell him too much about it.
Yeah, I think
But
we just
I guess
ask
we can
him.
go fill him out. See. He sounds
Yeah.
like a
At least introduce ourselves, right?
Yeah, at least get to know the guy, see what he's like, and then we can figure out if we want to tell him or not.
Yeah, maybe get it done by somebody else.
So maybe swing by there on the way out, or do that right now before bedtime.
Okay. You travel across town. Let me see if you have an encounter. Not. You travel in peace in the misty, muggy night air and the stinking, festering, drunken, smelling streets. The aftermath of the nearly month-long celebration from whence the gods promised to destroy the hated enemies of Erebrania still wafts in the air. Its stench is still here from the unwashed streets. Otherwise, you get there in peace, and this palace is a impressive. How do I put this? It's tiered, like with stone layers, kind of like a pyramid or a step pyramid, and then it goes up into a domed structure. And within the domes, most of it is open to the open air, and there are many servants here, many of them manually fanning people of wealth. And two servants come out. They're wearing togas, and they say, "Hello, do you have an appointment to the celebration this evening?"
No appointment. We were unaware of a celebration.
I'm sorry, but if you do not have an appointment, proceed.
Well, we're looking for Master Enrico. We have an item he might be interested in looking at, or we might want to pay him to tell us more about it.
An item?
Yeah, a magical item of some sort.
He smiles out of the side of his mouth. Could I see this item? Where did you find it?
Who has the ring?
I left it safely behind.
Well, we found it in some unknown tomb out in the wilds. In a coffin. But looks like we were neglected to bring the ring with us, so we just wanted to see if he would even be available to look at it.
One of the servants leans in and whispers in the other servant's ear, and then that servant says, "What coffin? Where?"
It's difficult to remember. Perhaps something could help us to remember.
When in Rome.
Another person that's like in there, like being wafted is like, "Stop speaking to those vagrants. Tell them to disperse." With nothing to show, they do not seem impressed.
Well, maybe perhaps we'll swing by another time. Or can we make an appointment?
Perhaps
Yeah,
next
wonderful.
week. Perhaps after the end of the celebration. And out of character, you're not wowing them. Like, obviously, to get this important person's attention, you need to do something of note.
I just wanted to try to see if we could also get people to pay us for things.
Yeah. Or to put it more directly, you actually need to show the ring. Like, they're not going to believe you. Like, "Oh, I think I found a thing in a place." Like, you got to actually show the amazing thing.
I don't know if you guys want to play this a little closer to our chest, or if you want to just be going around showing magic rings to random servants.
No. I don't want to do that.
No, I think maybe wait for that appointment. Assuming it's a real appointment.
We could also play it off, which is mostly truthful, saying, "Well, we were informed by somebody he's an expert in such things, and it is for his eyes only, so we would not wish to accidentally cause any harm, not knowing what magic this item could."
Yeah, it's like
Contain.
we wouldn't want to implicate you in any magical, perhaps misdoings if something goes wrong.
We don't know if it is a threat or good fortune.
Right. The that person's like, come back to the party, tell them to leave, blah 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 blah, right? And then the one servant's whispering in the other servant's ear, this one's thanking, and he holds up his hand, puts it to the back part of his hand to the chest of the other servant, and he says, points to Anira, "Tell me, miss, tell me where you found this thing. By what tomb or coffin? Tell me."
I'm going to kind of glance at the others to see if they're okay with me giving the exact location.
I would honestly say go for it.
Yeah, I don't think that would hurt. We really don't know much about it. Where we got it.
I mean, well, the other thing is like, if we tell them sort of a little bit about it, but we still hold the cards and like we know how to get back there consistently. We know a little bit about it, all that good stuff.
It was in the swamps.
It was in the swamps, guarded by the undead, in the tomb of the mysterious snake lords.
You see his eyes like grow at this, and then like they turn around and they whisper a little bit back and forth. And he turns around and he says, and like leans into you all, and he says, "You must depart at once. If you wish the item to be seen by Master Monteforte, take the item past the plaza of the Shardmongers and follow the wall. Stay near the guards under their torchlight until you're past the Tower of the Bats. Follow the lights and the torches and the sconces of the guards. Otherwise do not be seen, and come to the back of the palace at midnight."
Tonight, you say?
And at that, he lightly nods, turns away, doesn't look you in the eyes, and walks off.
Okay. Well, maybe we can do that when we get back from our adventure.
He meant
Apparently
like,
we found something gauging from his reaction.
Yeah, he meant. Well, I should clarify. The expedition is tomorrow, so during
Correct.
Okay.
Oh.
unless
we
you
can
want to
come back at
travel in the
midnight
night,
tonight.
which would be
Sorry.
Interesting.
No, I was confused. I'm a little.
That'll be a bold choice.
There you go,
My
using that word
intelligence
interesting again. I'm good, thanks.
Hey, it's hard to chill with those day or night worlds like so dark and everything. I mean, it's like
Yeah, and I've been having disturbing dreams about that last dungeon tomb thing we were in. I really don't know what to make of it, but anyway, so we can come back tonight before we rest? We want to do that? With the ring? I don't know, man.
This is very, very suspicious.
Yeah, all the cover up makes me a little nervous.
Maybe we should check out the area first to see if we can kind of scout it out and see if there are places for a lot of men with clubs to hide.
Yeah, what he asked you to do was actually to so let's just say there's a bunch of buildings here, okay? These square things are buildings, okay? There's a tower here, there's a building here. He wants you along the city wall where the guards' lights are in full light at night. So he wants you to follow where the guards are before you get there, and do not go down dark alleys.
So that nobody can get the jump on us before him.
Indeed.
Or perhaps he's scared of us.
What do y'all think? Should we go?
why not? I mean, the worst is we get jumped. I mean, it's not like we're gonna be jailed or something. So I figure, why not? Let's do it.
Yeah, it's
Well,
not
the
like they
guard
throw us
should
down
be
a well or
close
something.
by. The guard should be close by, so if we scream...
Do we know the legalities of breaking into swamp tombs? Is there... Have we broken the law? Are we criminals?
You've been promised
We
that
might find out.
if you can deal with the evils of this island, you can keep whatever you find.
That's sort of the reason why we're even here. It wasn't always that way, if I'm to understand correctly.
Yeah, it's sort of actually, you are criminals, but you're criminals for the government.
We're like British privateers in the
Yeah.
17th century, except on land and not British. Well, kind of British actually.
Yeah, like
It's a
robbing
swamp, so
tombs
technically
is...
we're on water. So we are water pirates.
We're sort of swamp
Kind
pirates.
Well, we took a ship to get here, so it technically counts.
You're right.
Yo ho.
We're sort of like Indiana Jones.
Okay,
All right.
well, so it
Yeah,
sounds
go
like we're in agreement of
Mhm.
giving this a try.
Worst
we need
case
to go
scenario,
back
we end up in the
to-
well.
Do we need to go back to the tavern and recruit some help for tomorrow's expedition? Before we do this?
Yeah, I think so, right? Because I assume we're just gonna want to get right to sleep when we get back to the tavern. It'll be like 1 a.m.
So let's keep it simple, However, I also, and I leave this to the caller to organize with the group. So the group decides, but the caller, the group contributes, and the caller synthesizes the decision from this. You can hire more people if you want. I think a couple of people, one person fled and one person died, but you can also just go with what you got. So you should everybody should have written down the basic stats of their hirelings.
I do have mine.
Yeah, so they, for the same rate of pay per day, are willing to be hired. So if you hire
Can I
them,
ask, are their perspectives toward us changed? Because I remember some were scared of us, and mine hated me, but it's money. So are their perspectives changed toward us since the last?
so far, no. Except that it
Okay.
is probably notable that, upon summons, they do appear for work, and you could double pay them if you want to use them both tonight and tomorrow. So whatever I said was their daily pay, you would just double that wage if you want to bring them down the street tonight and roll deep. I know something like one person had 5 gold pieces per warrior, and there were 3, so 15 gold pieces, so you'd pay 30. If you just use them for the expedition, it'd be 15, assuming you don't have multiple days.
Right.
The upside...
I think it'd be good
go
to
ahead.
take some muscle with us. I'll take.
Yeah,
my
I'm
guys
taking my
with
guy Capenius.
it. I'll take my 2 guys too. So they're 3 GP a day. So I need to.
Yeah, anybody
Together.
can do that. I kind of like the idea that like this is your character's like little war band within the band. Like it's yours, so you can, so long as they fit within your max hireling limit, you can have them. And the only thing that makes it a group decision is when you bring hirelings, it cuts into your XP. 'Cause they,
Right.
each one of them gets a half XP share. And
I think
yeah.
it's worth it for the survivability of this.
Okay, so you
I'm
guys
weak.
you guys wait till
Oh,
midnight and then bring the ring.
I'm thinking for the ring because we've got those other ones. If we hide the emerald one and then present to like the shiniest of the ruby ones.
Oh, like
see
kind of
what they
test
do.
them.
Yeah, see what they
That's a
do.
good idea.
We are
And
like
if they're
Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, man.
Well, also having multiple rings on us means they would, if we get mugged, it'd be hard to figure out which one they're actually after.
So you're gonna bring the ruby ring, the treasure ring, and the emerald intertwined snake ring. That's the magic. You're gonna bring both. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but just kind
No,
of.
I think maybe if he's behaving honorably and like things seem to be going well, we could just present the emerald.
Yeah, fill them out first, and then we can decide.
Okay. I think it makes sense that we can say that you didn't sell the ring yet. We did liquidate that in terms of gold payout, but
Oh, okay.
that's okay though. It makes sense. Like, you know, that this makes sense to me. So, all right. And I think it's a pretty clever plan. So you got this decoy. Okay. You have no encounters in the night on your way through the wall that's guarded on the east side of Eric Brania. And you pass by a tower in the darkness. What he called the Tower of the Bats. This stone tower raises 3-4 stories up above most of the stone buildings around you, which are usually 2-3 stories. No one comes near this plaza, not by day, not by night. No one enters the plaza. But you see that tower, you pass following the sconces, get to the mansion, and you see a light from the sconce of the guard to the back portion of the mansion. There are guards here. And there are guards that are waiting for you.
Hello, good sirs. We were told to come see, what's his name? Master Enrico.
Yeah, they give an antique kind of old world salute and a slight bow. One of them does and says, yes, of course, this way, please. And then motions you into the grounds where they close iron gates behind you. And you're brought up into a lit open chamber where someone reclines on a luxurious low couch. And he sits up, bored, and he says, "Who, what are you bothering me with?" He doesn't even introduce himself.
Oh, it's actually him. I didn't anticipate that.
Good sir. Are you Master Enrico?
Yes. What is it?
Well,
It was a long day. The celebration ended a couple of hours ago. I wish for sleep.
well, we don't want to take much of your time, but we were informed that maybe you could help us out with a strange item that we
Yes. I heard. Show it to me quickly, please. I wish to leave.
Who is it, Alfred, that has the ring?
I've got it. I think I'll just show him the real ring. I mean, I'm kind of thinking it's a very clever ruse if this isn't a ruse. Okay, yeah, I'll present him the emerald ring.
He gets up. He's got like a bathrobe. He's a how do I put this? Obviously liquored. His liver is not the best. And this man is mostly retired. obese, and yeah. And anyways, he hobbles over, bends over, and he's like, "Oh my, it's true. You went into his tomb." Oh.
Whose tomb did we go into, sir?
I will offer you 2,500 gold pieces for this ring.
Interesting proposition. Why?
It is a priceless artifact of the old age before the time of the coming of the light, when the Serpent Kings ruled the Isles.
Well, sir, I detected magic on this, and we know that it has magical properties.
Oh, certainly. This is an object of profound sorcery, and also, I wouldn't touch it if I were you.
And that's kind of what I was thinking.
Oh, I guess I'm wearing gloves all the time, so it's okay.
Did you? Are you wearing gloves?
Are you?
I just kind of picture myself, the guy who's always got like the kind of armor gloves on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're
So I
wearing.
remember in the swamp too, we'd like put them in bags, so it could even be like holding it through the bag.
Right, yeah.
And then you can case it up real quick.
Okay. Yeah, he says
Quite
yes.
a bit of money.
2,500 gold pieces. You'll be fabulously wealthy.
I don't know about all that.
Is there any scenario in which you tell us what the ring does before we commit to a deal with you here?
Yes, I suppose, but I warn you, I am bound by the authority of the towers to not take payment for it if I do that. I will have to use my magic and scrying, and I will tell you what it does for a fee, and then it is yours to keep, and I cannot take it.
Hmm.
No.
What's
Would you
the thing?
would you give us and our friends one moment, please?
Yeah, excuse me.
Yeah. What do y'all think?
It's a lot of money, and we have not
lot of
been
money.
lucrative this adventure yet.
I just want the gold. I don't care what it does.
The
So we
only
know we're
thing-
not supposed to touch it. The question is, can it be used for good? And if not, then I don't think we need it at all.
Yeah, the only thing I'm thinking is that it might have something to do with like druidicism. Sort of a snake motif is pretty often associated with the druid, especially because like if you've read the Gazetteer for this particular game setting, like the Serpent Kings were mentioned in the Gazetteer as like St. Patrick drove out the Serpent Kings as a parallel to real world history, but that was mentioned specifically in the Gazetteer. So that's something that we would know historically speaking. I am assuming, or it might be metagaming. Oh well.
Yeah, no, it's
Also,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, it's that's fair. Actually, that's true. Your characters would know that. That's
My only thought is that maybe we should keep it, because if he's willing to pay 2,500 for it, there might be other people that might want it more. He might be giving us a very low price.
Yeah, I mean, but price is relative, is it not?
Well, and also we might not have many other options.
Yeah, that's sort of what I'm thinking. A while back, I brought a ceremonial mace to the quartermaster, and he's like, "I'll give you 100 gold for it, but if you take it across the sea and through perilous treachery, they'll probably give you like a bunch more." And it's like, okay, that might be true, but how much are we willing to invest into this thing to try to get more out of it? 25 is a lot.
And are we willing to risk a curse on one of our party by accidental
And
touching it while
furthermore-
looking for something in a bag?
And
For
furthermore,
reference,
And I must say, like, this week I've been having disturbing dreams about that and the tomb we were in, and I just
for reference,
don't
that'd be
feel
about
good about it.
400. That'd be about
But-
416 gold per person if we took
You
this
know,
deal right now.
my little spiritual feelings, they're not 100%, so take them or leave it.
Do you think he'd barter for hire?
Anybody
They're
got the
also
Riz to
just-
try for
Not like a whole lot higher, because he doesn't seem like the kind to do that. But maybe like
I don't know if he will, because he's like, if he was so adamant about not breaking the law that he's like, just take
Oh,
it,
yeah.
like, I don't know if he's really
And he was also just.
I think it's like
there
chump
was,
change to him to get this, you know.
It's also dismissive of us in the first place, but it's like, oh hey, let's do what you want and try to get over with. And also, as a further point, there might be more magic items in the tomb. So if we went back there, we could get more, and he might be willing to pay for more of the items.
Yeah, it might be a reason.
Just a suggestion. If we ask for 2,700, just for like an equal 450 for everyone in the party, that's not too huge of a barter up or whatever. We'll see what he thinks about that.
I like the sound of that.
I'm not bringing that to him. I don't have the riz for it.
I got a 13 for charisma.
There you go.
So I can try, but that is still
Sounds like we've got our winner.
Yeah.
He says, yes, that's fine. Please, and he motions a servant to come and bring something velvety to put it on, and then wrap it up. And then they do give you a giant, multiple bags of heavy gold. You know, with whatever it is, 2,700 gold. This is 270 pounds worth of gold pieces in Swords and Wizardry. So you probably have to haul these giant sacks of gold out of this place and back via the guards. And probably rent a room because nobody has a house. So somebody's going to have to, unless you want to carry 270 pounds of gold on you.
After this session, I'll be buying a house.
Oh, cool.
All right, in that case, you get the full benefits of a house. And so you can store it at Finbar's place if you trust him.
I trust Finbar.
All right. Finbar, you also, when I say that you, by the way, everyone that played last week should subtract 7 gold. Except next week, Finbar, you'll do 3 gold and 5 silver pieces. It costs half because you have your own food.
Groceries, got it.
Yeah. And there are some other benefits that Finbar gets from that. Well, I'll post it later. Okay. So, and he tells you before you leave, he says, if you return to this place, or any place like it in the Isles, tell my servants, and let's meet again.
All right.
got us a patron.
And he'll tell you that for 100 gold pieces, he will identify an item. But if he identifies it, he will not purchase it because of some strange esoteric binding etiquette of the 3 towers.
Well, Master Enrico, we thank you very much.
Of course.
We will keep you in mind with those things you're mentioning. Eventually we're doing those things. So.
He grabs his glass of spiked fruit and he downs it on the way out and hobbles away.
Have a good rest.
Okay. So you have your hirelings. Is there anything else, Imerus, that you all would like to accomplish before you set out the next day?
Well, I think in light of that, we should make sure that we don't have to touch anything we find to bring back.
Can we, on the way back, go by the well? And I want to toss a gold coin in it because I want to hear if it hit her.
Can we
do that?
Sure.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, you go by the well. You figure out some plan so you're not hauling around 250 pounds of gold. It's fine. You figure out, maybe just one of you goes. Imerus, you go, you throw a gold coin down the well, and you never hear it hit bottom.
All right. That's kind of what I thought.
Somebody's at the bottom with his hands out. He's ready for it.
I think that means it's very, very deep, or some kind of magic is going on.
It could be very soft ground at the bottom, like not liquid, but soft mud.
True.
Because liquid would make a sound.
Yeah, it's definitely not probably an actual well. Seems like you'd hear water even if it was pretty far down. Anyway, that's it.
All right.
Okay.
I'm ready to retire for the evening.
All right, you do that. You return to the 7-headed cat. seven-headed cat, and you retire for the evening. The sun rises the next day on a hot, muggy day. It's probably 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Sorry, you're not. Forgot to move this thing. Or here, kind of spoiled it. But as usual, I don't tell you all where to go, and whatever you've discovered, whatever notes you have, whatever information you have is real, and you don't have any information except what you have. So I will tell you what you can see the next morning when you depart the high stone gates of the south gate of Eric Brania. You can see the manor houses, fat with grapes of a late harvest in the summer. And there are many walled, rich manor houses outside. There's a bathhouse and other establishments for wayfarers that do not enter the stone streets of the place if they are less liked than you. So you do have that status. You can see to the southeast a marshland heavy with mist. The coasts also are choked with mist. And because of that, actually your visibility reduces, so I need to fix that. There we go. Mist all about you. Now I'll kind of move it forward a little bit. You can see the fork in the road leading to your left front and right front off in the distance by a couple miles, and a forest to your right front, which glimmers with a multifaceted diamond-like light at its tree line.
Oh. Emerus is very attracted to this light.
I mean, from a
They'll
meta
see that?
perspective, that's a heck of a roll to just ignore, you know? Roughly a 1 in 100 chance.
We could go check it out.
Take a little peek.
Now, by diamond-like light, I'm assuming you're meaning it's a cool, whitish-colored light, and it's not like a fire light.
That's
It
right.
would be flickery or orange. It's a cold light.
Yeah.
Which makes me worry more about magic.
Oh.
Because
We didn't talk about the spell I should prepare. So I was thinking fairy fire, but detect magic might be good as well. I can
could
only
be.
have one.
Can fairies
I guess-
do that?
Do what?
For any of you who've been adventuring more, can fairies do that? The light?
It feels kind of fairy to me,
Yeah, great question.
but feelings are fleeting. Don't mean much.
The heart is fickle, you know? I say we investigate it. I say we really get up in there.
Let's go. If y'all want to,
Alright.
go down.
Okay. You head towards the tree line. As you approach the tree line, you see this glimmering light. It seems to as you get closer, you realize that by whether or not it kind of has bounced off the precipitation of the mist or fog or whatever, but as you get closer, it looks like it's further into the forest than you had reckoned. So you get to the tree line, and you look around, and Wymond is gone.
Wyman. Oh my god. Dude, where'd Wyman go, y'all?
Dude, where's Wyman?
This is not good. Hearing party.
I'd like to bring up at this point that we had experienced something like this in Albion, where it was a little bit different. There were like eldritch horror trees that had absconded with one of our party members. That was definitely Fey in nature, I believe. Can we see any Can we see our own tracks?
You see Wyman's tracks. They're clearly boot marks. They lead further into the forest ahead of you. You see your own tracks behind you, including Wyman's, coming from the way you came.
I reckon we ought to try to track him down, right?
We should follow.
Are we going to be able to get back out if we go in?
We can't just leave him, right?
No further questions.
Should we call out for him? Maybe we can hear him.
Can we listen? Is there animal activity in this copse of trees?
The glimmering, shining, myriad diamond-like light persists further ahead into the forest. Diffuse. You're not exactly sure, maybe it's from a stream or it's reflecting or what, you're not sure. But when you listen, you just hear the sounds of the forest around you.
Okay, that's a good sign.
Nice and calming.
Should we call for him?
Yeah, I'm just worried about attracting things by yelling, but...
We've already attracted something.
Yeah.
It attracted us.
Another suggestion. Should we all tie a rope to our wrists or something? Or to our belt loops?
Oh, like keep us together, kind of?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
So
I have
just
50 feet of hemp rope.
I have 50 feet of rope.
Well, just make sure you can... cut
Okay,
it
yes,
free
you're right.
if needed.
Yeah, that'd be the.
Let's tie that to like our belt loops, not our. We probably won't want to use our hands freely.
Then again, we may not want to be tied together in battle because that could be.
Well, we can always cut
Oh,
it.
we
if
could
we
always
have to.
cut it
Yeah.
for still free.
Gotta.
So does somebody call out?
Sure. Wyman! Wyman! Any response?
No response.
Do you think throwing something at the light would do anything, or would?
I don't think we can tell where the source is coming from. I reckon we have to follow his tracks and try to track him down. Try to see if we can get him out of here.
All right. What's the plan, Imris?
Well, since we didn't discuss my spells, I do have locate animal. Within spell range, the caster perceives the correct direction towards the nearest specimen. Oh, you have to know the type, though. That wouldn't help, I don't think. Should I detect magic? I mean, I kind of know there's magic going on here.
Yeah. Nah, I say we forge on and see if we can get some more information.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Been barred.
Okay. You enter into the forest, and after a time, the trees change. It opens into a glade. You see the source of the glimmering light. Well, I shouldn't say the source, but what is glimmering in the wind. It looks like still. This picture shows a tree. The trees here in the glade do not look like trees. They are eerily reminiscent of trees, but lack leaves. They are spaced perfectly evenly apart, row after row. It looks as if they are made of steel frames, and hung from the trees, draped between them and running, suspended from its steel branches, are a mandala-like network of strands of silk and brilliant rainbows of colors that flicker in the wind. The footprints continue on nearby into the trees. And you hear something moving among the silk ribbons.
That's creepy.
You guys think it's Wyman?
No.
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 This seems like from just the way I'm imagining it, seems like someplace I would want to be respectful, you know?
Yep. There's definitely.
Like we're on someone or something's territory.
Yeah, or even like someone or something that someone or something considers sacred.
Hmm. But I don't trust those ribbons.
I mean, I'm not going to touch them. That wouldn't be very
Yeah.
respectful at all.
Very disrespectful.
That's the vibe we're going for here, Ross. We're going for respectful.
Cautious
Find our
respect.
friend.
Cautious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Being respectful to our surroundings, keeping a respectful distance.
Does Wyman's track go through those hanging things?
Do you go to? Yeah, it goes up to it. Do you go and look?
Respectfully.
I'll go and look, but I'm not gonna go in past.
We'll see how far they go. We won't go
Yeah.
past them.
Okay, two things happen. So this is from the point of view. So you said you were going to go of Emir's, the brave party leader today. Anyway, you go up to them, and you lean forward, and the tracks stop, and you hear more movement. But then the movement becomes like a sliding. It sounds like the calm, consistent sound of someone working fabric. Like someone folding and stretching, and moving and folding and stretching, and something moving across fabric. And then you look back to your companions, and Wyman is there. Wyman. Oh, go ahead. Wyman, you've been with him the whole time.
Say that again?
From your point of view.
From my point of view, what?
Did I hear them call out for me?
No. From your point of view, you all made the decision to investigate the forest, and then you came this far and then saw this.
So you're telling us Wyman is in there?
No. You look back.
No, he's with us now.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
He's
back
suddenly with us. Yeah.
Okay.
But he doesn't realize that. He thinks he's been with us the whole time.
Yeah, of course, where he's been the whole time.
I think it's time to respectfully leave.
Yeah, remember, guys, we're being
Yeah.
respectful. Come on.
Yeah, there's some. Uh-oh.
I'm wondering if we
And
should
more dice.
if we should call out to the seamstress or the tailor or the loomist or whatever you call somebody who works a loom.
Yeah, it might be someone that could.
Be like, hey, we're here to pay our respects. The place looks cool. Good work, good job.
Oh,
Maybe.
There's too many dice to call out at this point.
Well,
So
so
what are you doing
you
there?
are talking about all this stuff, discussing what to do, and what do these things look like?
Good question.
Because I'm
That's
afraid
never
to
a good
ask.
question.
Because I'm afraid to ask. Can we
I
leave?
have to look this up.
I'm going to add,
Respectful.
what do these things look like under the phrase interesting now in my book?
Sorry, I
Oh,
have to look it
Emerson's
up.
very intrigued by all this.
You're also the closest. So,
Respectfully intrigued, of course.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely respecting.
Find it.
Who wouldn't want to be rude?
I mean, there's some odd magic going on here.
Would it be considered rude if we just left without introducing ourselves?
I think that
Well,
would be the respectful thing to do in this situation.
Pull the old Irish goodbye.
Yeah.
It's been lovely, but we're gonna go.
We don't want to interrupt your work. It's beautiful.
Very. Okay. I really should have had this up in PDF format. Okay, I think it's not separate.
What is not separate?
Rogue One. Sorry, I'm.
Like,
Pardon.
This thing is not separate.
I'll be back in 1 second.
You hear something. I don't know how to describe this. Beyond the trees, there is a feeling of like a shift in wind, as if the terrain changes drastically back there. Basically, you can tell that there's a very large hole. And when I say large, I mean like really large, like a change in the terrain. And then from the tree, when you all are talking about this, these things that are like worms of silk. I say silk worms. I mean not worms, but worms of silk. And then they're like this big. They like they come up out of the steel branches, and they start sliding along the ribbons towards you all. So the two things that you notice. It's really hard to explain.
Yeah, it's really hard to understand.
Sorry.
Yeah, strange magic's foot.
It's a tree like Celia from Monsters, Inc. And they
Yeah.
are moving in our direction.
All of a sudden, this feels like Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
not answering.
Okay,
Yeah,
would don't know quite how to respond.
I still
to this.
vote we respectfully, cautiously do an Irish accent. If anyone else wants to.
All right.
Do they? Well, I mean, just like from appearances, do they seem particularly? Are they coming towards us, or are they just kind of swarming around the silk?
They're coming towards you.
Okay. At
Respectfully?
They look very
That's gonna be
interested
the
in you.
title of this adventure is respectfully.
With an insectoid intelligence, which you as a human could take to be either very friendly or very interested for other reasons. But anyways,
enough that I
you've got
could
a
be on
few
the food
seconds to
chain.
make a decision, whether or not you want to say
What do you
hi
think,
or...
guys?
I think we should
I think we
introduce
need to back
ourselves.
up.
If
Yeah,
you,
me too.
Anything else would be.
if
Back
you,
up and introduce.
If,
But back up.
if you back up like 10, 20, 30 feet, they plop onto the ground and slither silkily along the ground and keep coming towards you. There
Slither
are
silkily.
We don't even know how to
12 of them.
after this. We don't even
There are
know.
12 of them?
what-
Okay.
Now, are they elastic or do they grow as they move from the tree, or is there a set limit to how far they can move?
They're probably 3 feet across. They don't seem to have any limit to how far they can move. They move fast, and they don't seem to be growing or shrinking. The moment has come. Do you stay or go? And if you go, where do you go?
Group caller.
I'm gonna stay and say, "Hello. We mean no harm.
We hope you do too.
We're very curious of the.
Emirs, roll a
We're
d6.
drawn here from some magical aura.
Roll a
that you're-
d6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's my dices?
Oh no. That's a 1. That's
Mhm.
okay. Let's see here. 7. The neutral druid steps forward to say, to greet these things, and then they all climb upon him. What is your armor class?
12.
Is it lower than 128?
I'm 6.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, yes. Not encased
Maybe I
entirely in
just sacrifice
adamantine.
myself.
Armor class is 20, right?
So they're 20s. All right. You take 18 damage as they start to burrow into you and start to weave your flesh into the song of their silken webs. And they start pulling parts of you back, the chunks of flesh they can get back to the silk webs of the tree.
Since we're all tied together, can we do a tug of war to save him?
You can certainly do a tug of war, but do you have 18 hit points? You are dead. Okay. You do a tug of war of what remains of Emirs, and you pull him back.
Or could the person closest to cut the rope?
You could cut the rope if you want to. But yes, Josh, I'm afraid you'll need to roll a new character.
I have one.
Excellent. Excellent. Have they played here before? Have they played in this campaign before? The character?
No.
Okay. Someone comes running out of the of this silken forest in terror. You have seen a pit, a massive, whatever your character's name is, we'll find out here in a second. You've seen a massive pit, hundreds of feet across in diameter, or more, and the entire pit seemed to move and they seem to be alive, and you've got scratches on you where you've evaded these silk webs, and you're running for your life away from all of this.
Okay.
And you all see this person running towards you as you're pulling half of the remains of Emirs back, and the rest are the chunks of meat are being carried back to the silken tree.
Damn.
Off out here.
Less respectfully this time. Just get out of here.
So the key thing I need to know is, if you go somewhere, where are you going?
I reckon we ought to follow our tracks out of here.
So you go the way you came?
That would seem logical to me. Anybody have any objections?
No.
All right. If you go the way
Definitely
you
don't.
came, are you all still tied together with like the half chunk of Emirs?
That's a good question. Was Wyman tied to us?
Mm.
Because we had tied together after we had assumed he was missing.
Yeah.
Right. He is tied to you all. Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I reckon we should cut off old boy here.
No. I'm sorry. I have to think about that. That's like a good metaphysical question. Let me think.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I'm sorry. No, he is not tied to you all. Yeah. And so that it had to have happened, like either when you were tying you didn't, or you tied after. And I can't remember, to be honest. I can't remember if you made that choice.
We tied after we realized he was missing.
Okay, that makes
That way,
sense.
if anybody else went missing, we would feel them start to pull away.
Yeah, and he's not tied to you all. And anyway, so if you flee, you run out of the forest. Unfortunately, you're still tied together. This person is running with you, and you have the top half of Emirs, who is quite thoroughly dead. Is this your inheritor? Is this Emir's inheritor?
Sure.
Okay, you can take Emir's stuff.
Cool.
With a 10% tax, which we'll figure out in the post-game. Is that cruel? It's in the rules. I'll show you later.
No, that's fine.
No. Birdie, when I said that, she was just like, what? I'll post it later. There's also a rule that says that if somehow Emirs is brought back to life or survives and comes back, they may have to duel to the death.
Nice.
I'll post all that.
I know who's gonna win that one.
You're not half the man I am. Oh no. Okay, moving on.
So who's the new caller?
Introduce us to your new character.
Oh, well, his name is Jehan Cormac. I guess he's a thief because his dexterity is 14, but he also has 10 intelligence, 13 wisdom, 13 charisma. So, a lot better stats.
Okay, so he's
I
a
still gotta
thief.
fill him out a little bit, but I kind of got half of it done here.
Okay, if
Don't really have his weapons yet or any of that kind of stuff.
the gold is the most important stat. What's his gold?
Oh, well, I need to roll that. What was the role for that?
We'll get back to you, but this person, followed you out here, and the only hope they have in life right now is to follow you all anyways. So you have a new adventuring member. Also, everyone please make a morale roll for your hirelings.
Okay.
2d6.
Was that a D20?
It's a 2d6 to get the morale or less. And if you don't make it, let me know. If you do make it, reduce the morale number by 1.
I did not make it.
Man, I don't know which one's mine. Is
Finbar,
the party.
I would say I'll be honest with you, your hirelings probably fled, like, for
Well,
real.
I had Nemert with me, and she failed big time. So.
Okay, she flees. Finbar, yours flee.
Does that mean we don't
Mine's
pay
that
them?
last one. They're good. Still.
You paid them for the day, but you don't have to. They won't get any XP from this point on for the rest of the session.
Good, we didn't even need them anyway. It's whatever.
I think that honestly, the first time I really don't blame anybody, like the hirelings leaving for the first time.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that
after
one.
seeing all that.
Yeah, they're running, urinating on themselves, vomiting, screaming. It's a really sad sight. They're
Are you
losing.
saying our hirings left? Is that what you're saying?
If you didn't
I'm
pass,
out.
yours did leave. So I will say
Roll
that
for them,
Emir's is not here, and his hirelings flee.
Okay.
Only one goofball remains.
Very well. All right. So I will toss the group caller over to another person, and both of you will get 100 XP. Don't worry. This 100 XP will go to your new character. And the next person I have in the list is Finbar.
Oh, all right. I was just group caller 2 sessions ago.
Yeah, I don't know. Then it must be Nostromo, because that was back
Actually, yeah, I was group caller last session.
Last time. Mhm.
That's so weird. Oh, I didn't cycle it. That's what happened. Let me do that.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, I think it would be Nostromo, and then I have Elijah, then Bertie, then Steve. And then it would go back to Christopher and then Josh. So, is that okay, Nostromo?
Sure.
Awesome. Excellent. So, what do you all do?
Go ahead.
What's that?
I was just gonna say, I reckon we can probably continue on to the vault, right? Get some money.
All right. What do you think, Nostromo?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go towards the road.
Okay. You head towards the road. You can see from the road this mountain ahead of you. A couple miles off in the distance, it probably rises 5,000-6,000 feet tall. A road going off the southeast and one to the southwest. There are old ruined manors and old overgrown vineyards, long forgotten, that you can see along the disused road.
Then let's keep on through the road southwest.
Very well. After a couple miles, you see the large bronze doors in the distance, rising 15 feet tall at the base of a hill. Should be. Whoops. See what's... Okay. My next... Oh, what in the... Huh. Maybe... I don't know. Maybe that'll work. Let's see here. So, who has a light and who has hirelings left? Or who wants to wield the light?
I've got one more hireling.
You know,
My
hireling
new
on-
character has Emers's lamp, I suppose.
Okay. Let's see. 60 feet. Here you go. And so we just have one. Why am I not able to see? Doesn't make any sense. Is anybody else able to see?
I can
Yeah.
see.
Are you
Yeah, we
clicked
can
on
see.
a character?
I can see.
Yeah.
Have you tried looking?
Step one.
What the heck?
I
Let me
was
try
gonna
reloading
say,
it.
you know, unplug it, replug it, you know.
Is it on? Did you turn it off and on?
Did you connect the dongle?
That worked. All
Yes.
those things.
All reliable.
IT tech support, you guys did it. Okay, here. Any other hirelings? So just one for Steve? That the one that made it? Okay.
Yeah.
So you got 7 total in here, including this brave hireling. Where would you... Let's see, I'll describe the area around you. Get caught up here. Okay. Bolts of Volcarnos. So, the base of a hill, as I said. 2 bronze double doors rising 15 feet tall. An old stone structure it's connected to your modern mind, it sort of looks like a bunker. It raises probably 25 feet tall in total at its highest point, and it tapers off to either edge in the hillside. These large double bronze doors are ajar. It does look like there were footprints coming in and out of the door, probably within the past couple of days. What do you do, Nostromo?
Well, let's go in.
You enter. I'm going to put all your tokens really close together, just so it's really tight. It's only about 10 feet. It's a single grid square, so you probably need an order of march.
Out of curiosity, after we cut the rope off and stuff, were we able to untie it? Do I still have a rope or no?
Yeah.
It would be shorter, probably not 50 feet anymore, probably closer to 45, I'm guessing, but...
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know that you cut it. I thought you were, like, dragging his body along with you.
Well, we dragged it. I just didn't know if we cut off where it connected to him, or if I just kept the whole rope, or how that worked.
I missed that point, so you have a whole rope. But when you enter here in this
And a
T,
torso.
and if you want it,
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
this T intersection, it goes down to there's some hot, humid, moist kind of stuff billowing out from here. You can hear water trickling. Additionally, there is a door, a bronze door, here at the end of this hallway, and straight ahead of you is a false door with a mural. On the mural is a large, what would be like a knocker for a big door. Gilded lock mechanism with heavily ornamented faces.
Now, I know that we've used this particular pit trap to great effect. What are the odds, do you guys think, that we can actually, like, remove and sell this gilded, ornamented piece here? Just spitballing, just brainstorming here.
You'd have to have something that could shatter bronze, which in this game you do have, which is that you could, a fighter, I think, can attempt to break it with their strength, if they're strong
I
enough.
do have a crowbar. And a Wyman has very strong.
You would either need, I'll say it takes more than a crowbar. So you would need some kind of specialized tools. Would need to hire a worker, or let me make sure that I'm.
It's starting to sound pretty involved.
Or you would need to.
Money's worth it.
Let's see here. It is not like Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. There is nothing here for bending bars. So, alas.
Does not sound worth it, even if it was in there. Anyway.
You would need to hire somebody to come in and actually do that, or you would need to bring your own tools in.
No further questions. Carry on.
It's metal. It's bronze, so you'd have to find some way to destroy the bronze.
We got an oxyacetylene torch.
Right.
That'll
So, how many poor Nostromo's been so many characters. Wyman. I had to think which character he's on at this point. Wyman. What do we do next?
I'm thinking going to the west.
Very well. You go to the west, and there's a bronze door. What do you do next? Dragging a dead guy with me. Let me get rid of that.
No, leave him there. That's that's what he would have wanted.
I don't think he would.
He's with us in
I don't think
spirit.
he would have wanted it all. Okay. So,
I'm sorry, that's reminding me of the game with the skin.
yeah. Where to next, Wyman? You want to open the door? Who opens the door?
I can be the guy who opens the door if that's what needs to be done.
Inside of this room, I know you don't step in yet. I'm just making it so you can see it. You can see scorch marks, greasy. It smells horrible in here. There's dried, desiccated carcasses of some horrible insectoid thing. For those that have not been here before, it just like occupies that entire hallway. This door has been ripped off its hinges, lays heavily and fatly on the ground, already accumulating dust. Inside of this room is an obelisk. The obelisk has faces. There are 4. It's clear to you, based on the scratch marks, that it can be rotated. There is an arm above the north door, a key above the west, a dagger above the south, and an eye symbol above the east. It is currently facing east.
If
Now,
I
I
remember,
remember- Please go
oh,
ahead.
last time we were here, if I remember correctly, we went north and looted the place and found some corpses of some characters that we had before, but we didn't really explore that area, right?
Right.
So I'm thinking going north then.
Does that sound okay to everybody?
Sounds
Yes.
good.
All right.
All right, here we go. You travel to the north through a short hallway. You see a carnal scene. Old, dried cobwebs cover the room. There are desiccated corpses here along the ground, dead things. The floor is covered in large, fat, squirming insects. There is a door here 15 feet to the west and one to the northeast, and this room is obviously a crypt. The cobwebs cover what was once a burial vault. And some of the corpses here are not human. That is obvious to you. Something happened to them as well. Whatever close kinship they may have had to being a human is shattered by their body being bloated in places where it should not be, and then exploded from the inside from something. And there's old pottery here. Much of it is shattered. You can, of course, tell that in the niche where the burial pottery is that you all have already plundered it. And that is all you see in this room.
I don't think we went through either of these doors last time.
We don't.
If
Well, I wasn't here last time, so.
I'm thinking about checking out the north one.
Great.
All right, who does that?
Finbar can take this one.
Okay, do you go open it?
I'll go open it.
All right, you go to the door, pull on it, doesn't open.
Oh, is it crowbar time?
You attempt to use the crowbar on it?
I'm gonna use my crowbar. Trust, old reliable.
knock knock, who's there? Crowbar.
All right, you should have a feature on your sheet called Open Doors. If you're a fighter, I think it's a 2 in 6 chance. You might want to double check me. Maybe 3 in 6. Might be modified by your strength. But you'll roll that d6.
I'm on it. Ooh.
Does that miss for you? I don't know.
Yeah, it's open door 2. So my strength is kind of mid.
Gotcha. All right. Makes a loud noise as you try, and a couple things happen. Well, actually, only one thing happens. You hear snorting, grunting, growling noises from behind this door. Like a bunch of inhuman things grunting and snorting to each other in response to this noise.
Suddenly, the west door looks more interesting.
Okay, who does the west door then?
I'll do the west door.
All right. Open the heavy bronze door. You see a T intersection, but it is within a cavern space. And from here, you hear the sounds of a cavern. The other side.
Spooky.
What next, Wyman?
Let's go forward and let's speak to the both sides of this hallway.
I see what you mean. So you just go to the next grid, peek around, you look left and right. You can see that this goes to a antechamber here in this cavern. It looks like that leads outside, and you can actually see the remains of sunlight coming from outside as the day wanes. It is early evening. You can also see to your right here that there is steaming pools, hot fizzy water and vapors billow out from the surface of this room, where there are hot pools in the ground of the cavern.
Some hot mineral springs?
So, for those who weren't here when we went through, this cavern down here leads directly back into that obelisk room, and then does lead outside. I found a ceremonial mace that belongs to an order of monks, if I remember correctly. Pull it up in the roleplay chat here, but that is like, they might give me a bunch of money for it if I go hundreds of kilometers to the west. So. We have not gone any further north than here, because the last time we heard a patrol of inhuman humanoids around here.
Right.
North it is then.
All right. Wyman, roll a d6. Everything's fine. You go north into this room. And I lied. It's not fine.
Drat. I trusted you.
Let's see here. Wyman, roll a d6 for initiative. Oh no. This is terrible.
A lot of 6s and 1s today, fellas.
Who's in the front of the marching order?
It'll be me.
I would as well.
Yeah, it would be Alfred up there.
Oh boy.
Hireling would just kind of be hiding somewhere. He's just here to carry stuff. He's just
All right.
patsy.
These things roar, and they rush out, and you hear a door opening further behind them. Let's see, now I need my actual game procedures. They rush towards your battle lines to do combats. They have spears, so they can occupy one grid. All right, and let's see. They make it to you, a movement. If anyone is firing a missile weapon, you can do that before they get to you. Anyone firing a missile weapon?
Elijah?
No?
I could, but how easily am I able to switch from that to a dagger?
Oh, that's no problem. Yeah, it's not part of the rules. I don't see it, so if it's, I should say.
Crossbow and crossbow bolts.
Okay, yeah, I can't remember. I think that you can only fire that once per round, but I think it's like a +1 damage or something. But yes, you can fire that if you want. And the only thing is, if you fire a missile weapon, you cannot move and do melee. If you move, you can also do melee. I should also note, as a thief, if you get behind them, you get a +4 to hit. And if you can manage to hide in shadows among the steam, you get double damage if you hit. 'Cause you have backstab.
Well, I think as a thief, I can naturally hide in shadows anyway, can't I?
It's a check that you do. It's one of your skill checks.
Oh.
But you'll get but anyway, so that's something. Okay. But do you want to fire missiles or try to do a move melee thing?
I might try to fire a missile.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit. Your target is Ascending Armor Class 14. Anyone moving their token, please go ahead and move it now.
Trying to find crossbow to see if it was a D.
It's a D6, and you'll add 1 to the damage.
Okay.
And Ross, these are 10-foot squares, correct?
They are 10-foot squares, that's right. So you can have...
Probably gonna-
So it depends on
So
the weapon.
D20 to see if I hit, and D6 to see damage.
Yep, that's
So,
right.
What used to be Emrys here, he could hit one of these guys with a spear because they're 20 feet, right?
A spear, you can occupy the same grid as another character, but act in the second rank if you choose. You can attack from the second rank. So
And just to clarify, if we have a ranged weapon and a melee weapon, but we don't move, we can attack ranged and melee in the different phases?
No, so you have to choose between
One or the other.
movement or
Gotcha.
missile fire. And then if you do missile fire, you cannot do melee. If you do a spell, that's all you can do in the round.
Alright.
Anira, you miss. So everybody else has moved their tokens. Okay, I see that. I see Emrys. I know you're not Emrys. I got you. You're gonna attack
Down.
from the second rank.
Yeah.
Okay. No one else is moving.
Do I need to? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Does Wayne has to move to hit one of them from where he is? He's got a spear.
Ah, yes. So if you wanted to use your spear from the second rank behind Finbar, you could actually occupy the same grid as him, like that.
Okay.
You would be attacking from the second rank if you chose that. Or you could move up and fight from the first rank and take a hit. You know, it's up to you.
Best friends forever.
Alright, so everybody's moved, missile fires happened, the orcs are going to do their attacks. From here, 2 are going to attempt to attack Alfred.
Alright. Hopefully that plate armor will give me some help here. Oh.
Okay, you got 21 hits. I'm gonna roll for damage. She does 2 damage to Alfred.
Oof.
This other one is going to attempt to throw a javelin at Wymond in the back rank, in the second rank. Misses, and then this last orc is going to try to attempt to attack Finbar. Does a 12 hit?
No, it
Finbar?
does not.
Very well. That is the end of theirs. Anybody doing a melee attack can roll to hit. Your target is Ascending Armor Class 14.
I do not know which one's
Oh,
mine.
sorry.
Oh,
It's
that's
19
fine.
hit.
A 19 does hit. Let's see, Wyman, you rolled a 17. And you can, if you're using your character sheet, as you can see, you can roll your dice there as well.
It's 4 damage on this pig-faced mutant.
4 damage. Alright.
We got 2 damage on this fella.
2 damage on the one right in front of you there. Gotcha.
Big hits, Nostromo.
Ross, I don't know which one's my role, because it doesn't have my name associated with it. The hireling did 18, so I don't know what I rolled.
You rolled a 16 to hit, so you can roll your damage.
Alright, thanks.
Did anybody else do any? Let's see here.
Yeah, 7 damage.
7 damage. Describe how you kill this orc.
I'll just stab him in the gut.
You stab him in the gut. He squeals, and then he just falls over into this steaming hot pool, and his legs, part of him, his lower half sticks up out of the steaming pool, and you pull your spear back. I see that the artist formerly known as Imrisk, gets a 6 damage.
Yeah, two-handed spear.
Describe how you kill this one.
Gut. I just stab him right in the gut.
Same thing. He falls over into a nearby pool as well. Did anybody else do damage that I missed?
Yeah.
Is this the first round or the second round?
This is the first round, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. If that's the case, okay. Going back to the top of the round, roll a d6 for initiative again. Nostromo, Wymond. Gonna get a 4. Nice.
Yes.
You're able
Excellent.
to act first. So the first thing, top of the round, does anybody have magic here, just to clear that off the table? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Okay. Movement. If you are moving your token at this point, you can do that now. I'll move some of the dead bodies so we can see better. This work would be right here. Okay. No one else is moving.
I think I'll stay.
Now, Anira, you should know that in this game, if you try to attack an enemy with a ranged weapon that's adjacent to an ally and you miss, you can hit your ally. But that's just, of course, these two, assuming, yeah. But, okay. And then, is anybody else doing missile fire?
I think I was.
Okay.
Was someone else with me?
I can switch up my sword to take out the pigs at the back that are coming down our way, so I'll sacrifice my melee this round to try to take out the reinforcements.
I don't want to throw my spear.
I don't think you can do that because I think you are in melee.
Oh, okay, I see.
You're engaged. Congratulations.
Yeah, however, Anira, you can do it. You have a hireling next to you. By the way, you can command your hireling, but if you want them to stay back, I will give them a morale bonus if you're trying to protect them.
I don't have any. Mine.
No, Steve has one that's standing next to
Oh,
you.
okay.
Yeah,
But you can roll
stand
to hit
back
if you
there.
want, Anira. Yeah. Dang it.
Almost.
Okay.
My last roll for accidental melee was good, and this one sucked.
All right, the orcs are going to move up now. Let's see. This one's going to join the melee. They form like a line, and then there are more that come out of this room. And let's see here. Now we're on to melee combat, so you guys can roll to hit if you're within the melee line where you can hit.
Alright.
Should be everybody except Anira. And your target's ascending armor class 15. If you hit, you can go ahead and just roll your damage and announce it, but I need you to ping the orc you're targeting if you do that.
Oh.
11 doesn't hit, does it?
Ascending armor class 15, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
No hit, weird.
So yeah, I'm trying to see if I can target this second orc in the right next to the top one. I got a 16 to hit for that.
Yeah, you gotta roll damage. Target's 15.
Just fine.
Good.
Okay. Alright, no one else scored a hit?
Nope.
Alright, this one's gonna attack Adelbrand with his axe. He hits for 1 damage, and
Okay.
let's see, this one's going to attack Alfred with his axe. Does a 12 hit?
No, it does not.
Alright, and then this one's going to attack Finbar with his axe. A natural 20 for
21 does hit.
3 damage. And then
Light
lastly,
work.
this one's going to attack Finbar with his axe. And misses. And, let's see, that's the best they can do. D6 again, Wyman, please.
Is there any time in the combat order I can make fun of them?
Oh yeah, you can totally do that.
I'd like to be doing that.
They just squeal back incoherently. They don't speak
That sounds
common.
alright.
Unfortunately, they're able to act first. Now, is this the general plan? Anira, you're going to fire crossbow bolts. We have a battle line, and everybody's going to fight in melee in this line. Is that the plan? Or do we have a... Yeah, what's the plan, Wyman?
I'm trying not to die. That's
It's a good plan.
Thinking about maybe we should start moving down, but stop and make another line, just in case if things go bad, we can be a little bit near the exit.
If you retreat while you're in melee, I offer them a free chance to hit you. Let me make sure I have this right. Free attack, and they get it at +2. That's true of them as well. Anytime they are in melee and they retreat, you get a free attack and +2 to hit.
Is there a way to step back and keep on facing them?
No, there is no half retreat like in BX. Yeah, if you retreat from a melee, they have a chance to hit you.
I'm good to hold
Are we
the
able
line,
to change
personally.
formation to use the area for our advantage, or?
Anyone within melee can move within that, I'll say within that melee space. That doesn't really change anything though, you know. You could do something like get out of the way of someone else that's entering that melee space, but you don't have anybody other than your hireling. So you could, for example, add a hireling into a melee. You can also like have a person retreat, or you can, yeah. So.
Just as a quick piece of housekeeping here, it's not represented on your character sheet, Alfred, but you do get you do confer a -3 penalty on enemy attacks due to your dexterity score.
Oh, right. I completely forgot about that.
Does that make the previous one not hit?
Let me check. That was the last one was like a... I think the one that hit me was like a 21.
It was a 21, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that'll make it a 17. So that'll make it an 18. No, yeah, that'll still hit.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see here. So let's see. You all won it. So it sounds like the plan is Nostromo. Is it to retreat when you have the clearing to? You tell everybody to like reform the line back here when they're clear.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. In that case,
And maybe consider using the pools around us to push some of this into them.
now if you want to try to do that, anybody that's near and wants to attempt that can do a grappling attack, unarmed combat. So you would make a to hit roll. Anyone can join in on that. So I'm just making sure. Yeah, so you could have like 2 attempt to grapple 1 orc if you wanted to try to do that. If you subdue someone in a grapple, you can coup de grace them.
Okay. Good to know.
So just go ahead and announce that now if somebody's doing that, like if Adelbrand or Alfred or Finbar or Wyman are doing that.
Can one alternatively just push? Could I just, for example, push one of them with my shield?
Yeah, that would be an unarmed attack. So you would make a normal attack, and then you would roll a d6 per your hit dice. It's clear to you that they have 1 hit die. By the way, Finbar, you can make 2 attacks if you haven't done that.
What? Oh my gosh!
You should always ask that. How many hit
Oh
dice?
my gosh!
One of my
This
players
changes everything.
did that last night. They're like, I can make a second attack, and I forgot.
Yeah. So,
Sorry.
so real quick, just to clarify things, nail it down in here to the phases of combat that we need. Is anyone doing any kind of stunts, like pushing with a shield, or grabbing them, or pushing, or tripping, or anything like that? Is anybody doing that? Nostromo, is your character doing that? Do you want to do a shield and try to push them back into a pool?
Push him into this pool right here.
All right. So, when you attack this round, you will instead roll your a d6 per your hit dice, and let me know if you hit. So, anyways, everyone else, everybody can roll to attack. So your target is ascending armor. This includes Anira. Ascending armor class 15 is your target.
They won initiative order. Just
Okay. Hold on to if you hit. I forgot that. Thanks for the heads up. Okay, and then of course, Finbar, you can attack twice. Let's see here.
Mind if I do?
So 2 attacks on Finbar. I think that misses. Does a 15 hit Finbar?
No.
Excellent. Okay. And this one's going to attack Wymond. Misses. And misses.
Ooh.
Okay. So,
Oh, he's cracked.
did anybody hit?
I hit both my attacks.
No, I did
All right.
not.
Roll for damage. And if you hit, just go ahead and roll damage.
I mean, I rolled an 8. That didn't hit, right? It's 15, right? So
Okay, so you got a 5 and a 2. Which ones are you targeting? Well, I guess you did both. So 5 on one and 2 on the other.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Well, if the 5 doesn't kill the first one, I guess the 2 will go back on him. Can I do that?
I think it's without looking. I think it's that you. We'll talk. Essentially, think of it as like you can attack as many 1-hit dice monsters as there are around you. It's not exactly what it says, but
Okay.
we can look at that later. But I think it's basically however many you can attack. Okay.
Great.
So let's see. Anybody? No one else hit?
I got a 5 on that d6 roll. What does that mean?
Okay, I'll see if he can keep from being pushed in. He doesn't. You have him. You can slam him, and you can do whatever you want. You tell me what you want to do with him.
I'll throw him into the boiling water.
You toss him judo, and he goes flying into the boiling water. I'm gonna make him make a save.
BJJ stuff.
He's got to get a 15. He fails. He takes 4 points of damage. You see him screaming in pain as the stuff burns him. And if anybody gets it to him next round before he can act, you can kill him automatically. That's how grappling works. They can do that to you, by the way. But anyways,
I have a question. As a fighter, when I kill a guy 1 HD or less, do I get to hit another one?
no, it's not an exploding thing. It's just that you can attack a number of monsters. I don't think so. That I'm gonna say no for now. We'll look at it later.
Okay.
But, yeah. Okay, so let's see. Next round, D6 for initiative. All right, you are able to act first. If you are
We skipped ranged for that round.
No, I was saying everybody attack, including Anira. So yeah,
Okay.
all attacks. Yeah. And then
All
just
right.
let me go ahead and roll your damage if you hit. And
I
then tell me-
gotta hit that round.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage and just tell me which orc.
5. I was gonna try to finish off the guy in the pool.
He was not in the pool at that time.
Oh.
If you fire at one of these,
Yeah, I'll do the one that's right. Can I get it to ping? The one in front of the one in the pool. Yeah, that one.
okay. Let's see here. All right, yeah. It goes right into his chest. He's got a sucking wound. You can hear it slurping and snorting the sucking chest wound from this thing. He holds the bolt. Let's see here.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all right. Okay. Also, I just want to make sure the plan is the same. If you're able to move back and reform the line, you're going to do that. Otherwise, you're going to fight until you can do that. Is that the current plan? Okay. If that is the case, everyone roll all of your attacks. Everybody. Anira, people in melee, and just like tell me if you hit the orc, like ping it, say I hit this orc for 4 damage. That's all you would do.
Now or
Yeah, everybody right now, yeah.
okay. Okay, I hit this orc for 3 damage.
I did that wrong.
All right. He looks really bad off.
I have
think
to roll
that-
mine again. I messed it up.
Just out of curiosity, is there any chance that they might take a morale check at some point here?
They're pretty close.
I did not hit.
All right, so nobody else hit? Oh, man.
I hit this one for 8 damage.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you can describe that. You decapitate him. Simple enough. So you just see like Wyman come out and like toss this guy into this pool and then come around and decapitate another guy and knock his head off. That all happens within, let's see, 20 seconds.
You go, Wyman.
And so it is their turn, and with that, they will in fact make a morale check.
Love to see
2d6
it.
to get below an 8. They got a 9. They are in terror, and the front line begins to flee, and yet another orc comes up. And this is kind of what they do. Like there's like this boss orc, obviously, and these start to flee on their turn. Did anybody attack this orc?
No,
No. Okay. He gets up and flees then. And basically, he roars like, "Turn around and fight, cowards!" It's obvious to you that that's what he's saying. Adelbrand, Alfred, and Wyman all get opportunity. All of you can attack at a +2.
No,
And just tell me
Not
the
allowed to?
damage. Damage in the orc.
5 damage.
Which orc? As it was fleeing? The one...
Oh,
like
sorry, it
this
was
one
7
or
damage.
this one, you know?
The one down.
Okay, gotcha. And it was 7 damage. Wyman is a monster. Within 30 seconds, he judo tosses one into a searing pool of water and then spins around and decapitates the next one. Then 10 seconds as he's parrying blows, and then like shatters the shield of one of this other orc, and then comes in and stabs it in the gut, and it flies back as he tries to turn around and flee. These things are horrified by him. Anybody else hit?
I did 2 damage.
All right. Which one were you targeting? It has to be the one up here, isn't it? Yeah. So
Okay, there.
he has, in fact, 2 hit points. So you get him in the back as he flees. At this point, I'm going to do a morale check for the boss, because he just sees this, like, carnage.
Do it.
And fails, and then just starts to, like, back up in terror, and, like, roars for everybody to flee back into this room. And let's see, this one is able to run and flee. So nobody. Oh, they closed the door.
Oh,
You guys.
I kind of want to go after him.
All right. At this point, I'm not going to call for a morale check for this hireling, because you both took care of him, and you just utterly slaughtered your enemies in front of them. What is this hireling's name again?
He doesn't have one.
Okay.
Remember, so he's
He
just
tells
goofball.
he tells you. Well, okay, he can stay as such. But what's his morale number?
His morale number is 8.
Okay, it is now 9.
Woo.
Nice.
All right, Nostromo, where do we go next?
I'm thinking about going after them, because if we go on, they could ambush us or something.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So
I'm thinking of maybe just open the door and stay back and let the guys that have bows or crossbows just shoot at them.
right.
All right.
Okay, so you get to the door and find that it's jammed.
Pass me a crowbar.
Here you go, Chief.
All right,
Well,
make
I
your
got an idea.
force. Oh, go ahead.
Since this room next to a room with the obelisk, I've got some iron spikes, so if we jam this door on this side and then go around, they won't be able to get back out. Like we'll have them cornered. So if they try to flee this way, they won't be able to open the door.
That's I like that idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna try to like spike this door and jam it shut where it can't open.
Yeah.
All right, you do that. You make it back to check the other door, and you can hear them on the other side of the door because there's quite a commotion. You also hear canine sounds, several of them, like beasts, and you can hear them exiting out of door this way.
Oh, sneaky.
How come there's 2 Emerses? Oh, he's gone now. Never mind.
What now, Nostromo?
I'm not sure. What do you guys think?
I say after them.
Mhm.
This door was the one that was also stuck. I could try to
can
open
roll-
it.
Open it again.
Yeah.
I also need to
I have a
roll
1
something.
or 2 on opening.
I think Wyman has 4.
I should note something was happening. I forgot to mention it. Back here, this would have happened just as you were going to check the other door. So this is kind of like non-chronological, right? This already happened, but as you were about to go back, there's a door here, and you hear voices in common going, "Please help us, please!"
Oh. Well, we should probably help them, right?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
let's be respectful about it. It might be a trap, but
Maybe can we call out to them through the door?
Yeah. What do you say?
Hello?
Yes.
Well, maybe I
Hello.
should check the door as well. Hello?
Please get us out of here. Please help.
we should probably open this thing and see if we can help these guys.
Okay, who opens it?
I can. I'm a good lawful boy.
Finbar, you open the door. I'm gonna consolidate you all a bit here so I can squeeze you into these tight
I'm
spaces.
a nice fella.
Oh, sweet. Hidden dungeon merchants.
So,
A staple.
that is exactly what you find, except one is clearly died here and his body's rotting, insects crawling out of him. There are three here that are, they look emaciated, in terror, and they're shivering, and they say, "Oh, praise the gods! Praise the gods! We prayed and they sent deliverance. Please, you must get us out of here."
I have some dried rations if you guys eat just a little bit. Don't eat too much or you'll blow up.
They reach for it and hungrily eat it, share it among themselves. "Thank you, our deliverers. Please, help us get out of this awful place. We can pay you."
Alright.
In that case, should we not deal with the rest of those guys and just get out of here with these?
Yeah, especially because, I mean, what are the, like, we might not even be able to catch him anyway. Like, we really gave him a good licking.
And we're near the
Yeah, we can get out through the-
that other exit.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
So, okay, so sounds like you guys are going to try to escort these people out of the
Follow
south
up,
exit.
friends.
Let's just see how that goes. Nice. You make it back out to this cavern antechamber here. You can see ancient tiered fountains carved from the marble of the cavern walls. They're set into the actual cavern walls. They once had fed into stone tragic faces, like a tragedy. There's silt and debris and weeds here. And this eastern door, right here, has a plaque above it in a very archaic version of Woldish. It says "No entry." And then here it goes out back into the sunlight. The setting sun. It is now evening.
Hmm.
I mean, do we want to just take him out through the main entrance? I can't remember us ever leaving out the south entrance here. The cavernous entrance.
Should we check that door? Will it open?
That's,
Yeah, it opened.
yeah, it
Just
goes to
click.
the,
I give
goes
you that.
to the, obelisk room, and we're really not that far from the main entrance.
Because we don't know where this exit ends out?
Yeah, I don't think so. At least I don't remember.
You can
don't-
see it just leads out into the open air of
okay.
like a
It looks
grassy
pretty
field.
relatively close to the other
Yeah.
entrance.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's
Very
go.
You leave the vaults having slain a portion of the orc hordes, and as you travel back, you find you have to help the ailing merchants of the Merchants Guild of Eric Brania. And a couple of things happen on the way back. First, they do promise you payment. They'll each promise you 100 gold pieces, so 300 gold pieces for the party. Secondly, they tell you that they had heard the plans of the humans that were helping these monsters. prophecy of Thisium was true. Doom came to Thisium, but not by the hands of the gods, at least not by human gods, but by the hands of Agak. For the orcs overcame Thisium and razed the empire to the ground, and even now they are scouting Eric Brania for an invasion. And this is their vanguard. If the orcs find weakness here, they will bring the body of their armies onto the Republic Island. But if they're beaten here, they'll take it as a sign from Agak. And with that, you make it back to the Seven-Headed Cat Tavern. All alive except one. And that is where our adventure ends for the night.